This is section 413. We're going to take a look at condensing logarithms. So we're going to still use the properties, but we're going to go in the reverse order. We're going to condense. So if you remember in the previous lesson, we expanded the log. We wrote it out as a series of addition and subtraction. In condensing a log, we are going to take all those logs and we're going to write it as one log. Now that's kind of like the hint here. Because all of these have the same base, log base b, we are going to combine it into one log. So the first thing we do is we take any value in front and raise it back as an exponent. So it'll look like that. So I'm going to take the 5, move it up, take the 1/4, move it up. And now I can condense it. Once there's no more, values in front, you can write it as one logarithm. Now that's the key here. You write it as one log. If your log is positive, that factor inside goes on top. If your log is negative, that factor inside goes on the bottom. So because this is positive and this is positive, I know that those two factors are going to go on top, and because this is negative, that factor is going to go on the bottom. So I can condense it into one log. The x to the 5th and the z to the 1/4 are on top, like so, and then because that was negative, that y goes on the bottom. And that's my answer. Now, sometimes we can rewrite this fractional exponent as a root, right? Because it's z to the 1/4. I can write it as the 4th root of z, so we can do that. But technically, both of these are going to be correct answers here. But that's all we're doing. A common mistake when it comes to condensing is we write log more than once. You only write log once when you're condensing. So now we're condensing this natural log. Okay, again, they're both log base e, or ln, so I can condense it into one log. This is positive, so this goes on top. Negative, so this goes on the bottom. So condense it, the 3x plus 1 is on top. The 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 goes on the bottom. Now, you can go through and you can factor it. Some of these, not yet, into the future, we're going to be able to produce what we have inside of the log. Now you can go through and factor it. You can use the Xbox method, right? I like the a times c, break apart the middle value for b, right? But the main thing is we're going through and we're factoring it. And without spending a whole lot of time, just know that the 3x squared minus 5x factors into 3x plus 1 and x minus 2. Now, as you can see, that 3x plus 1 on top and the bottom cancel out. And so I'm left with 1 over x minus 2. So it's ln of 1 over x minus 2. I want you to practice one. You can go ahead and hit pause here, try it out, and then hit play to reveal the answer. So what did we learn today? We learned how to condense logs. We took those properties of logs and we just basically, instead of expanding it and writing it out to where it's multiple logs, we went in the reverse order and condensed it into one log. This does conclude our lesson. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments.